So the main thing I'm curious about, Rob, is at what age should people stop trying to start a business? There's a reason I'm asking this. Stop.
That's an interesting question. So I would argue that there's no age that you should cut off starting businesses. I think that you should be willing to start a business at any age if that's what you feel called to do. But I'm interested to hear your side of this.
So I'm all fired up, right? And it's because I came across some information that I remember when I started. It got me fired up then. And the dude was saying that he did not, it was a VC, and he said he didn't invest in anybody over the age of 40. Just so, of course, I was like, I'll show you. And so it got me thinking, especially now with AI. This is my thought pattern, y'all. And I want everybody to be able to, as you listen to this, wherever you are in life, ask this extra question. Is that me? Is this how I feel? Is what they're saying giving me hope? So here's what I thought. In my opinion, there's no age you should stop starting things.
See,
Not
that's why we boys.
because there's an energy that comes from starting stuff. There's a natural energy. It's new, it's fresh, it's interesting. And I remember when I first started saying, all I want to do is have an interesting life and then show others how to have an interesting life too. That's where I came up with, Monetize Your Life Academy, becoming a Monetize Your Life guy, and all these different things, right? So with AI, however, I'm finding that actually, if you're older, you have an even better opportunity because you've lived longer. You got more inputs to drop into AI to say, hey, AI, based on my years of experience doing, you know, garbage truck driving or whatever it is, I would like to come up with an idea. But if you're younger, you haven't lived life, you may be filled with a little bit of anxiety, you've just gotten out of school and maybe done the whole thing and you've got indoctrinated that way. You may not have a lot of stuff. You may not have a lot of pain.
No, that part is really powerful. And I think I even agree with you that the older you are, the more market research you've done.
Yes.
You are more aware of the things that exist and the gaps or the holes in them, right? You are more aware of how to make things better because you've experienced more systems. You've experienced more systems not and for more time, right? Like if you just think about, I mean, there's just different things the older you are, the more you're able to see
Yeah.
how there's been this product and 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 this product, and none of them have this.
Right. That's it. The gaps. So, we talk about this a lot, and I want y'all to hear this, that there's money in the gaps. Now, that's not
Mm-hmm.
mine. I heard that somewhere, but there's money in the gaps. The question is, can you see the gaps? Can you
Right.
identify them? Can you recognize them? And this is where I'm constantly, prompting and talking with people about what are they pissed off about? What still is bugging you 10 years later? Because that's
Mm-hmm.
a gap and we talk about this a lot too, Rob, to find people that have a known problem,
Yep.
want to fix it, maybe a couple of bucks to do it. Older,
Exactly.
you may have a couple of bucks. You may have retired, or you're 50 and you've got some zing in the bank, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting 4% over here. So what you got? And now you've got life reps. This is what I want to share with you,
That's it.
that your age does matter in this case for the positive. So if you're out there, you're 40, you're 50, and I'm starting at 40. You're 40, you're 50, you're 60, you're 70. You can start stuff. I'll give you an example. I was, hanging out with my uncles and his wife and a whole bunch of older people around the room, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I was amazed at, and this was, if you're listening to this, don't jump me. But I was amazed at the resignation in the room.
Yeah.
They had worked, 25 years here, 25 years over here. Now they're 71, just now retiring. They're like, I'm done. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
That's the time. But if you get them in an engaging conversation, this is what I found myself doing, is
Mm-hmm.
engaging them in interesting questions. And all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden, those eyes light up, and years of experience started
Mm-hmm.
pouring out. And I thought, oh my gosh, what an opportunity. Now, keep in mind, if you're 40, 50, 60, 70, you have those life reps. It's giving you
Yep.
tremendous opportunity. Now, imagine this, Rob. We combine that with the power of utilizing AI tools,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'll give you one that I was just on the other day, and it's like, oh my gosh. I don't know the use case yet. I'm still discovering it. A lot of the big wigs in the AI space, they're coming out with it like a day old. It's called WebSim, WebSim.ai.
Mm.
Now, WebSim.ai, man, is right now as close to an agent. This is what we're going to now, y'all. Right now you have you got your large language models, LLMs, that are like co-pilots. Right
Mm-hmm.
now, you tell them, hey, co-pilot, I'd like to, and it kind of gives you some information. Well, this one right here, you tell it what to do, you show it a picture, you put it in a website, it'll create something for you.
Mm.
That's where we're, and now when they talk about generative AI,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, as a SEO that is transitioning from not just search engine, but going into answer engine optimization, answer engine optimization, because he's becoming an answer engines, and then generative engine optimization,
Mm-hmm.
right? So these are the engines that we're going into where you literally, bro, I just literally was playing with it earlier today. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. And it it created something that I was just literally going, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I got more of it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
let's see, I can't find it. It's somewhere hidden. Can you see me still? All right,
Yep.
show you if I can. So this one right here, and I come up with all kind of stuff. You know me, man. I'm always coming up with something, right? So um this is one that I literally just said, see if you can see it. Can you see the one that says Radio the Biz Coach?
Not yet. It's coming up.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. So all I did was in this, I said, change the URL colors, but cool blue. And it came up with this. And I said to it, I said, just here's the website, randythebizcoach.com. Here's a URL.
Mm-hmm.
And it came up with this. So if I said Rob the Biz, let's see if it says robthebizcoach.com, and then just put that in. It goes to its thing, and because it'll say, what do you robthebizcoach.com. It'll then create something based on this.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Now, all I did was
Wow.
put in robthebizcoach.com, and it decided to come up with Rob the Biz Coach. We believe that traditional business model is outdated, and that's kind of like what Rob does. He believes that it's outdated. Why work hard when you can work smart? Da, 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 da. Our expert team of consultants. So it created this, and then you can then go in and say, okay, I like this. Keep this, but change the colors.
And is this the WebSim AI?
Yeah, this is WebSim AI.
Wow.
Again, I'm listening in on the big wigs, man. You got the Matt Wolfs out there that do this stuff all the time, and he can't even figure out. He said, I don't know what the use case for this thing is yet. But look at this. Now it changes the colors. Disrupting business one heist at a time. Right now, they might have saw Rob.
Yeah.
Says no, Rob. Oh, I did say Rob the Biz, so I should have said put Coach up here, Coach. Let's see what happens. So the point is that this is like the worst this is going to get. It's only going to get better to where we're then just telling it what to
Right.
do. All right. Ethically disrupting business paradigms. We believe in, so it's one of the cool things I like is that it just, and I don't even know how to use this yet. But if we go to home, look at what it does. You go to home, you got all these different people that are, it's free too, right now. Until
Really?
oh yeah, it's free. You get all this. What they're
Goodness.
doing is, it's the information. They're just gathering. Hey, what are people doing?
Exactly. What are people putting in? It's kind of like what OpenAI was when, or ChatGPT was when it
Right.
first started out.
And this is an exciting. So it's got all these people are doing different things. It's not. There's not a lot of function yet. In other words,
Hmm.
if you put it in, you'd have to go into some extra stuff to get it to like work. But then it will give you a link. Let's say you created all this stuff, right? I created this one right here. You then can get a link that you can send to people. And let's say you wanted to create a game and that y'all can
Hmm.
play the game. So it's doing what a
Wow.
custom GPT would be doing,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
And again, this is the worst that it's going to get. Here's another one that I
Wow.
came up with. This one is called, all right, I'm not going to go any further, y'all. I'm just saying,
That I mean,
imagine
just,
now.
just just to be clear, that there's so many different applications. So starting back from when we talked about this, what is the age you stop starting stuff? It's never. I think everybody understands that. And the thing that you want to be paying attention to, if you are entrepreneurial minded, if you are like the barriers to entry to business are coming down, 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 down. I remember when I started my first business way back in 1997.
Mhm.
Um, and this was a network marketing business. We were selling water filtration systems, if
Oh
you
yeah, I
remember back
remember.
in the
I remember
day,
those
right? Um,
NSAs.
yep. And so what we and you were literally, now mind you, you had some email, some internet, but most folks wasn't on. Like people still have house, like people didn't even have cell phones really, really heavy at that point in time. Like the cordless phone was the big thing in the late 90s, right?
Yeah,
Like, and so what we were doing was in order to actually get your business off the ground, you had to know people in your circle who had this desire, who had this thing.
right.
Fast forward to today, 30 years later, and what you're able to do with social media, what you're able to do with Facebook ads, what you're able to do with all this type of stuff. If you can get the product and know what the problem is that you're solving, you can literally reach out to people all over the world who may have that problem,
Correct.
and you can get in touch with them. Now it's difficult to get in touch with them because their attention is all 50 million different places. That's true. But these types of tools allow us so much more easily to get in front of people and get in front of people more often and to do things once and allow them to continue to hit. You can film a commercial one time and put it in front of people every week. And it could be the same group of people. You put it in front of them, you put it on your Facebook page, on your YouTube channel, on whatever. And every week, the people that see you will see this thing and know, oh yeah, that's right. You do water filtration systems. I didn't need one 6 months ago, but I need one now. Let me give you a call.
And I'm gonna tell you, man, I did something today. Here's one of my new tools, y'all. I want to show y'all. It's the Ordro. Put it on. Well, y'all can't even see it. Oh,
Oh
there,
yeah. Oh,
right? So this one right here is literally, now you got, of course, you got the cool things. You got the Ray-Ban glasses, and then you can do that kind of stuff. But I found that the Ray-Ban glasses, they don't have, the mic doesn't work that well. So I can put this on my head. Now, keep in mind, people use GoPros right now. They got this thing on their chest, and then I'm watching just a ton of fishing videos because it's just amazing. And but I got something like this, right? So now I take a book, Rob, and just to your point, I take a book. Now get this. So I take a book and I can literally say, hey, so what they're talking about in chapter 22, your books should be recreated constantly, to your point, put on Facebook in clips. Use your Ordro or something like this, right? So that you're then talking about whatever it is you're talking about, right? And I used to have to take my phone, put my phone in front of me, you know, it was a hot
Mm-hmm.
mess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now I can just have something like this. If I'm out fishing, it can see what I'm seeing. I went out with it, walked around, had it on, got a little wrist thing that, beep, beep. I don't like wearing nothing on
Mm-hmm.
my wrist, but it's like turn it on, record, take snippets, boom, instantaneous to Instagram, to all these different social media channels that you can now put it to. Build an audience because people are just digging what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Now tell me, if you're older, you're 40, 50, 60, 70, you could be creating mass. Okay, you got that garden because you have retired. I want to see how you did your garden. Get in there, dig in the dirt, show it to me like this. You got your thing on is secure, and you're just that
Mm-hmm.
way you don't have to take your phone. I want to see your hands in it,
Yep,
right?
yep,
I want to
yep.
see you digging in the dirt.
First person experience, and you get to take people along with you as you do what you're doing.
It is one of the key things that I've been listening to some Russell Brunson stuff, and it just kind of hit me what he was talking about. Listen, he says, what's really affecting people and making them stop is this thing called dramatic demonstration. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like looking at him like dramatic demonstration. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, you mean show don't tell? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Same said a different way, dramatic demonstration. And I found that, remember when I tell you I got super busy with work and all this kind of stuff, and it's
Yeah.
because I started doing these demonstrations. I didn't call it that, but it was called a dramatic demonstration. In other words, show them,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I can
It's
show
very
you better than
similar.
I can tell you.
Show you better than I can tell you. So now people are kind of going, all right, I see you doing it. Hence the reason. If you're in their garden, show me your hands digging in the dirt. Show me putting it down. Show me what you all that kind of stuff. It is an engagement strategy that's working like gangbusters. You can do it too, no matter how old you are. There is no limit on when you should be starting businesses.
Right.
Now
And
you
to
can
the
start them.
younger folks that are out there, the thing that I will tell you with relation to this point is something that my dad told me when I was joining the service. So my dad was a former enlisted uh, staff sergeant in the Army. And when I joined the Marine Corps and became officer, one of the first things he told me, he said, son, as a lieutenant, you're gonna walk in there and you're gonna think you know a lot because you've been to college, you've done all this. Here's what you need to understand. Everybody that's in the service is gonna know that you're a lieutenant, right? You're a boot, as they like to call it. He said, what you want to do is you want to go in and not think you know everything. What you want to do instead is you want to go and find the oldest, saltiest, crustiest, like has been through all of the stuff, enlisted personnel that you can find, and you want to learn from them because what they have experienced will trump what you have read about.
Mm.
And that was how I operated. That's how I acted. I always went and found senior enlisted leaders. And then I found officer leaders as well who had been through, who had commanded, who had been in charge, who had done things. And I learned so much more about what the books don't tell you than I would have ever learned. And so I would tell you anybody that's young and is thinking about this is like, but I don't have the life experience. I don't have all the rest of that. You're right. The beauty of it is you get to borrow other people's experience. And a lot of the people that you have in your life, or if you don't have them in your life, go find them because they're out there. They want to tell their stories. They want to explain what happened and what was out there and all the rest of that. You just have to be willing to sit and be willing to listen.
That is
Right.
so good. Daniel Priestley um, was talking about that in one of his books called Key Person of Influence. Right. And I'll
Mm,
give you an example. I was coaching a young guy. It was actually one of my coaching clients it was their son.
mm-hmm,
So, and he was like, I run into this problem. The moment people see how old I am, he said they don't want to work with me.
mm,
Because he comes up with all these ideas. He says, and that has become a stopper. And what I suggested to him was, and remembering what Dan Priestley says in the book, I said, get yourself a key person of influence. And that's
Mhm.
just that senior person that when they don't necessarily have, they could be the face of the company while you're the company. I said, but the point is that when they're looked upon, they're going, okay, that's a key person influence. They're my age or whatever it is. I trust them. It's to what you're saying, getting someone older, connecting with them, getting the information and or their influence, borrowing it so that you can remove one of the barriers to the entryway into what you're trying to do.
Mhm.
So that becomes, get this, another opportunity for people that are in them 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s become a key person of influence. And is that worth
Mhm.
something? Yes. Do you have to
Yeah.
go out there, dig ditches and be like, I'm tired. I'm not digging that ditch. No, you just have to connect
Exactly.
with somebody that needs you to just oversee the ditch digging. And there's
And somebody that
money.
loves to dig ditches.
That's the cool part. There's money in that, money in the
Oh
gap.
yeah.
So how are you leveraging? Are you saying I'm retired and I'm getting ready to get on a boat and start fishing and golfing all day and all that kind of stuff? Or am I going to lend, not lend? Man, there's a business in there. Lend your age. Lend me your age. No, lend me your influence. See y'all, see what I do, y'all?
Mhm.
Lend me your influence. Become
Yep.
my key person of influence in a particular area.
Mhm.
I love
Mhm.
that. So there's no age. Let's get out there
No.
and start creating things no matter what age you are. Rob and I, our ages are different. So, we can step you into this river of possibility wherever you want to get into. So I just fired up the Facebook page. I was going to show you, Rob. I just fired up our Facebook page. So I put last week's episode on there. Let me see if I can show you real quick.
Nice.
And I haven't, I'm going to be doing some ads and stuff for followers and the whole thing. So it's pretty interesting. I'll show you real quick.
Nice.
So, and this is what we're going to show y'all how to do the same thing, right? And just get
Mhm.
out there, create yourself a Facebook page, right? We're going to drive traffic from different areas over to the page itself, right? And so I created it right here. I dropped in, one of the episodes, talk a little bit about this, and then Rob, if you want to send over some stuff, what I could do is put in anything you want to put in that want to drive people over to it. So then when they do come to it, you see, I got stuff in here already, blah, blah, blah,
Nice.
right? And then I want
Yep.
to start running ads to, ads for likes and all that kind of stuff and getting
Mhm.
people over
Mhm.
here. Then they get a chance to say, oh, what are these dudes talking about? Which
I
could
love it.
increase everything else, but put some of your stuff in too. Says, okay, this is what Rob's got going
Yeah.
on right now, right? And then driving
I
people over
love it.
there.
I love it. I love
That's
it. This is the type of stuff, and it's so funny, right? Because even for us, we're constantly thinking about new things and moving in new directions. And so, for all y'all that are watching, I wanted to let you know, like, we try to practice what we preach. It's not just we're masterminding on how we can improve our business, and we kind of just let y'all in on the conversation. But the idea, I think, is so important that you don't know what the thing is that is going to catapult you, that's going to move. And I heard somebody talk about this the other day. They were like, sometimes you don't learn what you need to get past step 5 until you've crossed step 3. So if you're at step 1 trying to figure all that out, you're going to struggle because you don't even get enough information until you're done with step 3 to even contemplate what you would need at step 4 and step 5.
good. That's good. That's like life reps. Hey, everybody, that's it for today. We will see you on the next one. Go ahead and come on into what we're doing over here, right? We're creating communities. We're showing you how to take just bits and pieces of information, turn it into income, showing you how to, just propel your business into a different level. We're using some of our experiences. We're getting together, masterminding, right? And coming up with stuff and ideas so that you can go, I want that. Well, go ahead and steal it. Steal it and apply it to
Mm-hmm.
your business. We don't mind.
There you go.
We'll see you in the next one, y'all.